Hello, sir. Today our group will be presenting our technical English group assignment, which is an invention which was an epic failure. My name is Singi, and I'll be talking about the introduction part. Email will be talking about the problems. Alia will be talking about the solutions. Kushari will be talking about the improvements. And last, we'll have Ashley to wrap up this whole presentation. Our theme is modern transportation, and our invention is a racing motorcycle, KTM RC16. Without further ado, I will start the introduction of KTM RC16 now. The KTM RC16 is a prototype Grand Prix racing motorcycle which was developed to race in the MotoGP series by KTM starting from 2017 season. KTM launched their very first prototype to race in the MotoGP division at the 2017 Qatar Motorcycle Grand Prix. However, things didn't go quite well because they qualified in 22nd and 23rd. They finished in 16th and 17th with the racing time 6 seconds apart. After that, the riders participated in a few competitions using RC16 prototype, but unfortunately, the team only scored their first and last points in their second Grand Prix in Argentina, finishing 14th and 15th. KTM clearly was not satisfied with the results KTM RC16 had, so they decided to remodel it. With the upgraded KTM RC16, KTM achieved their first win at the Czech Grand Prix. Later, they continued their winning feats in the Styrian Grand Prix, Portuguese Grand Prix, and now they are aiming for the championship of MotoGP. At the end of the introduction, let us watch a video to strengthen the understanding about the KTM RC16.
KTM have been on a steep learning curve since joining the MotoGP grid in 2017, and with a new package this year, their RC16 has progressed from its pre-season struggles to a proven race winner.
The bike's made massive leaps and bounds. We've changed a lot. You know, the wheelbase is huge compared to what they were running. The engine, you can hear the sound, you know it's different. So not in one specific area, but in a general feeling of the bike, we've changed a lot, and I think it's paying off.
An upgraded engine and chassis have improved the RC16's performance, but determined to match this year's frontrunners, KTM have pushed even harder on aerodynamic development.
20 years ago, aerodynamics were important, so drag was the number one. Then step by step, the stronger the bikes became in MotoGP, the more the focus changed from this to other bike behavior. So keeping more load on the front to avoid the front lifting, because you cannot go faster than that in this moment. Then what happened was to use the aero more and more in the corner with the lean angle, using the effects you create there to improve the stability of the bike, improve the handling. So I think in this last phase it became quite a round package.
Keeping the front wheel down is vital, especially during starts, so mechanical whole shot or ride height devices are used to compress the front and rear suspensions while accelerating, temporarily lowering the bike's centre of gravity.
And once again the KTM's fire away. It's a KTM 1-2, just it wasn't a sprint.
During the start, the wheelie is your biggest enemy, mechanically speaking. So the more you can move the wheelie limit, the better start you have. And this is why you saw step-by-step whole shot devices being introduced. In the front, you cannot use it during a flying lap, but on the start, you can use it on the front and on the rear. This drops the center of gravity quite a lot.
It was something that we missed last year, and we know that in MotoGP, if you have a bad start from the grid, it's difficult to fight for some podium spot in the race.
The electronics make a big difference in this phase. So from last year to this year, we repackaged the bike quite a bit to extremize those effects of the ride height device. And now with all this coming together, we really have very good start.
Success at round 4 at Jerez was down to more than just great starts. The RC16 performed supremely all around the hard-braking Spanish track, resulting in a double podium and some spectacular riding.
With our new style of our bike, it's been really strong in the braking zones, really good at stopping and accelerating. So Jerez has a lot of these corners where you kill the speed and you need to get out quickly. And I saw a big advantage for us in those type of corners.
What you saw there was a very, very good confidence in the braking zone. I think the limit is usually the front that gives you the confidence or doesn't give you the confidence. to enter so much sideways like you saw in Jerez. But to achieve this on every track is not so easy.
The development that we've had throughout the year, with my first time in the 360s and Brad setting the speed record in Mugello with 366, it's crazy the speeds we're doing now, and it just shows the amount of work these guys are really putting in.
KTM's engineers have turned the RC16 into a regular Grand Prix frontrunner, allowing Jack Miller and Brad Binder to push championship leaders Ducati all the way in the title race.
I see every weekend that they come with new ideas, new strategies, new things, that the level of work behind the scenes is so huge that I know it's just a matter of time until they have the strongest bike on the grid.
Hey guys, I'm sure that you already know what are the problems and improvements made to the KTM RC16 after you watch the video. Now, we'll be looking at the problems that KTM RC16 faced in detail. First of all, KTM used the old school trellis frame, which is used in their dirt bike instead of using twin spar aluminum chassis that are widely used by other MotoGP factory teams such as Ducati, Honda, Yamaha and Kalex. For your information, a trellis frame is a type of motorcycle frame which connects the steering head to the swing arm pivot directly. This type of frame usually needs high manufacturing skills, and it also requires a high cost due to its durability, lightweight, and its high percentage of stiffness, so it can withstand all the amount of G-force. However, these trellis frames are not suitable for tarmac circuits. But KTM factory team doesn't seem to care about it. They didn't want to use the twin spar aluminum chassis, which are more lighter, stiffer, and obviously more suitable to be used in the tarmac circuits. Next, KTM used their self-manufactured WP suspension instead of standard Orlin suspension that are widely used by other MotoGP teams. What are WP suspension? WP is a company based from Austria, which surprisingly, it is where KTM factory team are originated from. It is easier to say that KTM and WP are based from the same country. According to some sources, KTM and WP are partnered together from the early era of their domination in off-road racing competition, which means that KTM and WP already been together for almost a decade before they entered the MotoGP era. Do you understand? Okay. While other teams are more into Orlin suspension system, KTM are loyal, very loyal to the WP suspension system, which are now widely used by other racing teams, including teams from Formula 1. But you need to know that during this time, the early era of KTM entering the MotoGP, the WP suspension isn't famous at all in the field of tarmac racing due to its lack of technology and durability. Other than that, KTM RC16 engineers and technicians were only experienced in designing motocross bikes, touring bikes and dirt bikes. They are not experienced in designing superbikes, tarmac bikes. KTM factory team had won many famous off-road racing competition and dominated them for almost a decade. You know how much a decade is? 10 years. 10 years domination of off-road racing. Recently, KTM won Dakar 2023 by using the same old school trellis frame and WP suspension. And don't forget that this team created and built the most mad motorcycles in Dakar. In early 2017, KTM factory team participated in MotoGP, which are totally different from off-road racing such as Dakar. So the three main cause, which is the trellis frame, the suspension, and the inexperienced technicians, engineers, and racers are the main factors and the main cause of an epic failure in KTM's RC16. Thank you.
Now, let's see how KTM made improvement to RC16. KTM RC16 didn't have much experiences engineers and technicians, so KTM decided to have a professional, knowledgeable person to solve the problem. They decided to recruit a few engineers and top mechanics from racing giant teams such as Honda and Ducati. By this experienced and knowledgeable person, this can improve the RC16 MotoGP. Firstly, they hired a new co-inventor of a revolutionary seamless gearbox, which is Jun Miyazaki from Honda Racing Team. The revolutionary seamless gearbox, which is also known as continuous variable transmission, this is a type of transmission system offers smooth transition between gears. One of the advantages of this gearbox are it does not have a fixed gear so that it can continuously adjust the transmission ratio to optimize engine performance. This results in smoother acceleration of the MotoGP. The new mechanics that KTM hired are John Erie and Mark Lloyd, which are also from Honda Racing Team. Next, they hired Marco Bertolotti, came from Aprilia Racing Team, which helped in design the new chassis of the RC16. Chassis are the structure of the vehicle which are the component and system mounted. This as a foundation to support the vehicle. Marco Bertolotti used a hybrid chassis design which combined elements of twin spar, which help in providing stability, and trellis frame, which are lightweight and provide buoyancy to the MotoGP. Twin spar and trellis frame are as a design to the RC60. The RC16 are manufactured from steel and carbon swing arm, which is also known for its durability and resistance to the rough road. This offers excellent strength to the RC16. Next, the new suspension technician, Peter Berva, which a key person which improve KTM wide power suspension. Suspension are components that connecting wheels to the frame. The wide power suspension benefits are it's a great shock absorber and it's designed to have an adjustable setting, allow rider to suit the riding style. Last, a former MotoGP World Champion, Dani Pedrosa, joined KTM Factory Racing in 2019 as a test rider. These are KTM RC16 before the remodel and after the remodel.
Last but not least, we would like to present our own suggestion on how to make KTM RC16 a better racing motorcycle. First, we want to improve the racing motorcycle by using better quality tires. For example, we can use slick tires, which are the tires with no tread patterns or grooves on their surfaces. These tires were designed to provide maximum contact area between the tire and the road surface, which in turn provide maximum traction and grip. Beside that, we also want to use more durable tires, so that they can be used for a longer time, thus reducing the cost for maintenance. The tires also need an ideal pressure, which is about 2 bars for the front tires and 1.8 for the rear tires. This pressure is created with dry air so that the internal pressure will not be altered when the tire's temperature increases. Other than the tires, we suggest that we can lower the suspension of the motorcycle. By lowering the suspension, it can increase the gravity of the racing motorcycle, at the same time increase its stability. This is an important factor to win in a racing competition. As a result, it is also safer for the rider to perform tricks such as acceleration in the corner of the racing tracks. Furthermore, our group also suggests improving the brake system for the motorcycle. This can be done by using disc brakes with a larger radius to allow more brake torques because the brake pad can apply larger pressure at a larger radius. It will provide a faster initial bite, which help the vehicle to stop easily during emergency situations.
As a conclusion, our journey through the evolutions of KTM RC16 has shed lights on the challenges that it faced, innovative solutions that were implemented, and our own unique suggestions for the future. The transformative suggestions that were introduced by KTM have not only addressed to this issue but also helps to propel KTM RC16 into the new era of performance and rider satisfaction. One of the examples that KTM does is that KTM consistently seek and actively seeking for the feedback from the rider that compete with RC16. With advancement in chassis designs, aerodynamics, and engine performance, KTM successfully revitalized RC16 into the competitive force on the racetrack. We believe that KTM RC16 can maintain its competitive edge and solidify RC16's positions as the premier racing machine. In the world of high-performance motorcycle, KTM RC16's journey represents a testament to the pursuit of excellence. The future of RC16 is an exciting one. Therefore, we will look forward to seeing how it will continue to push the boundaries of performance and innovations. Thank you.